Hello and welcome to this month's sales tip, the sales tip for August 2012. My name is Tim Royds and I'm director of Highclear, a company that provides sales consultancy and sales training services both in the UK and internationally. Now, the focus of this month's tip is related to account management, and it's that dreadful word, complacency. Now, let's think first of all about winning new business from new customers. It can be really expensive. You have to find the prospects, they need to be qualified, you have to win an appointment, you have to do all of the selling, and then of course you've got to win against the competition. It's a really expensive process. That's why account management is so important. So once you've actually won an account, it's important to ensure that you are proactively doing all of the things that you need to retain it and preventing all of the things happening that can result in them being potentially motivated to move on. And the most common reason of all, ironically, isn't price. It is complacency. It's things like the account manager visiting less frequently, or taking less of an interest in the business, or being far less proactive in terms of providing ideas about how they can help support the customer's business move forward. Although there again, it's difficult to proactively suggest and propose solutions if you haven't taken much of an interest in the first place in what's happening. And then you've got little things like having to ask twice for things, or maybe even more than that, or maybe emails being ignored. And clearly that alone won't motivate people to move, but if it's part of a bigger picture, things like services being charged for that previously were provided for free, or price increases that are above average for the marketplace, it's a package of things that can lead to dissatisfaction and that dreadful thing, losing the customer. So this month's tip is a checklist of ideas. It's points, it's almost questions that you can ask yourself, and the answers to these are either yes or no, to ensure that you're not falling into the trap of being complacent with the customers that have been so hard to win in the first place. So here's a list of those questions. I'm going to refer down to these and the wording of them quite specifically. I have asked the customer what key criteria they use, consciously or otherwise, to determine how well we're looking after the business. Yes or no? Next one. I routinely elicit written feedback from the key members of the decision-making unit, the DMU, on how well we're performing against the above criteria, and this is quantitative feedback now. We want marks out of 10. Do I do that? Yes or no? Next. I routinely elicit qualitative feedback, so this is long, wordy answers from key members of the DMU on how well we're performing against those above criteria. So that's the sort of thing you can gauge verbally. Yes or no? I regularly meet with key members of the DMU to discuss both current and future plans in order to proactively, there's that word again, identify new needs and requirements. Yes or no? I conduct ongoing research about the industry sector of the customer in order to inform discussions with members of the DMU and in order to proactively, there's that word yet again, challenge their thinking processes regarding their future needs and requirements. Yes or no? I regularly propose cost-effective solutions to issues, challenges, problems the customer either has now or is going to have in the future, and do this proactively in advance of them asking for one. Yes or no? I ensure my company provides services, support, resources which are different and superior to those provided to ordinary customers. Ordinary is kind of in inverted commas there. And ensure the DMU realises this. Yes or no? We work hard to remain price competitive. Yes or no? We work hard to help our customers manage any necessary price increases. So you could do things like offer different volume discounts or help them improve the efficiency of their process that use the products or services, so those price increases are actually absorbed in some way. Do you do that? Yes or no? From time to time, I say thank you for the business and show it's not taken for granted. Yes or no? So essentially they're not difficult or complicated questions. Yes or no answers, it's a checklist that you can use to ensure that your account management is remaining on track and you're not falling into the trap of becoming complacent. It's just all too easy to do. This tip, by the way, has been prompted by an experience we've had here at HighClear literally this month when going through that checklist, one of our suppliers has failed against literally all of those. There's always a risk changing suppliers. It's not an easy thing to do. It can be quite a worrying thing to do, but we've taken the decision to do that, and we've gone ahead now and invested time to find an alternative partner to work with. And we've taken that decision finally, literally today. Now, if you find that checklist useful, you can go onto our website and download that in PDF format. Just click on the whiteboard that you'll find on the top right hand side of the front page of the website. That'll take you straight through to it. You haven't got to leave email address or details or anything like that. Just help yourself to it. It's there for free. So, call to action from this month's sales tip. First of all, use the checklist. Use it routinely. Secondly, make sure that you're gaining feedback from your customers. Thirdly, do pass on that feedback to everybody who's involved with the customer, directly or indirectly, because everybody inputs to the experience the customer has. And a final call to action, please don't fall into the complacency trap. Look forward to seeing you next month.